Hi, this is Phyllis with Phyllis Finds, coming to you with a quick little tutorial and a small haul video. I'm going to show you some of the things I got at Dollar Tree and what I'm using them for. So let's start out. The first thing I did is I bought these little wood frames at Dollar Tree. There are 4 frames in a package. And they had these 2 designs, but they had one other design. I chose these 2 because what I'm going to use them for is these little journals. Now, I got these at the Dollar Tree. There's this one here and this one here, Squeeze the Day, and Notes, and then this one here. One thing I had shown previously is this paper here. I got this paper at Home Depot, and it's a complete roll, somewhere around $4 for the roll. A lot of paper. And what I did is I cut it into pieces on my cutter, just stuck it through, cut it to a certain size, bigger than what a regular journal would be, and then I tore it down for this one to fit in. So I'm using the pages from this journal, and I'm also putting these in there as well. This one, the Squeeze the Day, it will work also as well with that one. So that's the plan on those. Could even use it in that one. But this is going to be a 1 signature journal. I do plan on putting something on the back side. But for the front, these little frames I thought were quite cute, and so I was trying to decide which ones would work. So I liked this one, and this one here, I liked this one. This one here, it's not quite big enough for it, so I'm going to do something else with that one. But for right now, I'm going to show you how I did these. Now, the one I made for this one, it's the white, and I've put paper on it. And so I have this little Window of Life pad that has all these Art Deco pages in it. They're just the thin, regular paper. And I picked one that kind of reflected this with the leaves and whatnot. And then I attached to it some little flowers. Now, these are from that I've had in my stash, and so decided they looked really, really kind of cute on this up in the corner. So I'm going to make the one for this. So what I chose for this one, I have papers from the Dollar Tree. These were in their little paper pad packs that they've had. And so I picked 2 colors, one in the pink and then one in the purple. And I used this as a template, popped it on the back side, and then just traced around it and cut it freehand. So I've got two that I picked out. So this one here, I looked at it and I thought, well, let's see what this looks like, because this was my first choice. And I thought it was too much, just not quite what I wanted to see. So I picked out the pink one. Pink is a lot closer to what I'm visualizing for this. And so that's what I'm going to use, is the pink. So all I have to do is glue that in place. But what I'm going to add is some more of these little flowers. Now on this one, I put the flowers up at the top. You can put it at the bottom, but I chose to put it at the top. This one, on the other hand, I believe I'm going to put the flowers down at the bottom, in the bottom corner. So let's get going on this. Now you can use your almost any kind of glue to put this on. I'm going to use this one here. It is Fabri-Tac, but it works really quite well in putting a lot of things on. Oops, didn't want to do that. So I put the mat down. You can wipe it off. Glue comes off really easy. Now let's okay, so that gets that glued on there. Now you can put Mod Podge over the top, and you can go back through with a file and take off this excess paper, which is what I've done on this one. I went back through and took off the excess paper. Now I did put gold all the way around it, and I use this what is it? Wasn't the fabric one. Where's the other one? Let's see. This chrome marker, paint marker. This is what I use to put around the edge. And I've already done this one with that gold marker. So to finish it off, I decided to take that little gem out. And then this gets glued right into the corner. And I'm going to put a little yellow flower in the center. Now you can pick colors that are in on your journal. See, now if I look at this, there isn't any yellow on there, but there is the gold foiling that's in it. So, but I figured yellow center, that's what I'm going to put. And I did pick out some more little small ones. I'm not going to put any more yellow in there, but I am going to put some of the teal colored ones in there. These kind of peachy colored ones in there. And I do have the darker blue that I can put in there as well. So these are all going to go across on this. One thing that's kind of hard on these Fabri-Tacs, the paint has a tendency to bubble up. I don't know if any of you have ever noticed that or used the Fabri-Tac, but it likes to bubble up. And it just keeps on doing it. Doesn't do when it's first opened, which I find kind of interesting, but it does do it after you've had it for a while. And it's reduced down for some reason. Don't even have to squeeze it, it just keeps on doing it. See, now the Fabri-Tac, it does take a little while for it to adhere and finally do what it needs to do. So there's where we're going to be on that one. So if I take this out, and show you, the inside has this beautiful green paper. The journal itself can be just left as it is, and you can just decorate it up a little more and give it as a gift as it is like that, or you can take it apart like I have and take the staples out and add additional papers to it and make it a truer junk journal. It does have, you know, not as good a binding on there, so I'm going to put some fabric along this one to help strengthen that outer binding edge. And the same with the inside, so that when I do sew it, it's not going to tear or do anything that you don't want it to do. But those are the ideas I've got for how to upcycle the junk journals at the Dollar Tree. Set these guys aside, and I'll show you some of the other things I got besides these little frames. So now I did pick up these. They've gotten more of their Christmas out, and so this one here is a super cute Santa, and I got the smaller one as well as the bigger one with the plaid edge. I think these will be fun in a junk journal. I did pick up a holiday word search. Now I thought these would be fun to put in a junk journal as well because they're all Christmas related. So that's why I got this. And then the last two things I got were this, the pillowcase cover in the trees and in the cocoa. These are kind of really neat. They have a zipper on them, kind of a linen type fabric, but fresh cut Christmas trees. And this one is Baked Fresh Daily Gingerbread Baking. So I thought those were both super cute, so I picked up those. I did find some stickers that are new that I haven't seen before. These are chalkboard stickers. So I picked up these 3 different designs. This one here is the little teacup or coffee cup. And I thought that was kind of fun. You could write in it, and when you're doing a junk journal with tea. These are like little labels. So they would also be fun to put at the top of a page. And this one is like a thought bubble almost, but also could be used as floral because it is round. Has round ones. So 3 different ones, still $1.25 for those. I did pick up this one. Now this here is the Twizzler. I thought it was kind of fun because it is a puffy, and it is a 10-piece puffy sticker. This one was $1.50, not $1.25. It was with the $1.25 stuff, but it rang up at $1.50. So you have to watch for things like that. I did pick up these 2, pink one and the teal colored one. They are jewelry containers for putting some fun jewelry in and places to tuck. Now the interesting thing about these is you can take this insert out if you want and use it as just a regular little container. They just pop right out. So that's an option if you don't want to use it for jewelry. But picked up the 2 colors. Can't remember, but I think these were $1.50. And the last little bit I got, I found only one of these. It's the fur pom-pom to use, and those can be used on junk journals. They actually are kind of fun to have on a junk journal to hang on a tassel. So I did pick up that. I wish they had other styles and other colors. They didn't have any others. That was the only one. And the last thing I got were these guys. Now these were in the kitchen area. They were only $1.25. They did have Minnie Mouse as well, but I just picked up the 3 sets. This one with the Winnie the Pooh, Piglet and Tigger and Eeyore. This one here was the Mickey Mouse and different faces of Mickey. And then this one was Stitch. And I thought these were just adorable. Great little gifts for Christmas. And that was everything that I picked up at the Dollar Tree this week. So be on the lookout, you know. Everybody has been showing things from the Disney and from these little cases and stuff. And with all the Christmas coming in, you can find some really fun things to use for Christmas. And these would be some great things to use. So, if you have any questions, leave a comment. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and good afternoon.